conference. And if you're in the right spot, you will be listening to our Making the Most of Your Experience at our WASBO Spring Conference. Before we get started today, we'd just like to check everyone's audio for the webinar. If you could click on or raise your hand by clicking on the little hand icon that's located on probably the right side of your screen. This will let us know that you can hear us. We'll just take a moment for everyone to do that.
And it looks like we can, our audio is good, so you can go ahead and proceed, Kathy.
Wonderful, thank you. We'll start with a few introductions of your presenters today. You just heard Jeannie's voice. She's at the WASBO office, but she's not listening. Sorry, you probably can hear my paper shuffling. Participants are currently muted due to the number of people on our call. If you do have questions, we ask that you enter them into the question dialog box on the GoToWebinar screen and click on Send. We will do our best to try to answer all of your questions during the webinar, but if we don't get to one of your questions, we will follow up with you afterwards individually. Also, today's presentation will be emailed to the participants following the webinar.
This is Sue Schnorr. I am the Director of Business Services for the Oshkosh Area School District. Again, welcome. I just wanted to stress that exhibiting at the conference is just the beginning. It's not the end result. You are the experts, and the school districts need vendors to provide answers and solutions. But keep in mind that results happen over time. If a school district business manager doesn't stop at your booth, know that that can be for a variety of reasons. We are on purchasing and budgeting cycles, and we may not be ready to make a purchase immediately, or we're just in the information gathering mode. It also could be that your product or service just isn't needed by a school district at this time, or sometimes our plates are so full that even if we need your product or service, we just don't have time right at the moment. Purchasing may also require an RFP or a request for proposal process, so keep that in mind as well. But bottom line is, don't get discouraged. This is all about building relationships, and relationships take time, and that relationship is based on more than just exhibiting at a conference for the first time.
And my name is Josh Barbian. As Kathy said, I am a Senior Portfolio Advisor for PMA Financial Network. I am a vendor, and as Sue said, it's pretty much, it's our goal today to help you build relationships before, during, and after the conference. On May 9th, the conference attendee list will be emailed to the contact person who registered your company for the booths. We would strongly recommend, contacting your existing clients along with any prospects just to touch base before the conference. This can also be a very efficient way to set up meetings with clients. It's pretty limited travel expense. You kind of have a lot of potential clients in one place at the spring conference. So WASBO would ask, however, that you do be cognizant of how you use the list and to only use the list for this one-time purpose only. We'd also recommend, a lot of districts will have a 2 megabyte file limit on emails. So if you choose to email any prospects or current clients, try to use links when you can just to keep that email size down. And we ask that you either email or mail. Don't overwhelm people with any information or contact highlights you have. For the booth, the exhibit hall is sold out, so we thank you all for that. All items do need to fit within your booth space. We like to keep the aisles clear. If you do have kind of a tight setup or you have a lot of people within your company at the booth, Feel free to wander out into the aisles, but please don't have any signage, chairs or tables out in the space. That would be greatly appreciated. It's kind of a tight area, so keeping that stuff within your booth would be greatly appreciated. Beyond the booth, there's many other ways to be involved with the conference besides just the exhibit hall. We have many silent auction items that are needed. You can sponsor golf holes, sponsor golf prizes and giveaways. I think there are still a few sponsorships available for other items, and you can ask for Anya at the WASBO office to take advantage of those opportunities. Another good way just to kind of get your name out there and be a little more visible. The booth themes. This year's theme is Alice in Wonderland. Decorating your booth to incorporate the theme is a nice, fun way to attract attendees to your booth. Every year, I can think of probably about 2 every year that are really do well, a good job of incorporating the theme. Even activities are also welcome. It's just a great way to interact with people and prospects, is to have a fun activity in your booth and hopefully get a big crowd for that. WASBO also has prizes for the first, second, and third place booths. So the prizes include a free booth space for the next year's conference, golf hole sponsorships, and golf registrations. And again, like I said, I know there's always every year there's always one booth or two that does a really good job, and they always have a very nice showing at their booth. Getting ready for the booth, we want to make sure that you just have everything ready. Each booth comes with 2 full registrations. If you do need additional people registered for the conference, we ask that you contact Kristen at the WASBO office. There's a few different registration types. You can have a full registration there, exhibit-only registration, and there's a separate registration for the Thursday lunch. Again, the more people you have there, probably the more visible you'll be. It's a good experience for people in your organization as well to kind of get to know and see the WASBO conferences and all the potential clients there.
During the conference, there will be a dedicated exhibit time. That's going to be on Thursday, May 22nd from 10:40 to 1 p.m. It's a great opportunity to interact with the attendees, and if you go to other school-affiliated groups, you probably find that our group is the funnest. I think Sue would agree with me on that.
You bet.
We encourage you to step out in front of your table, take the time to actually interact with the business and buildings and grounds directors. Try to avoid being on your phone and answering emails during that time. Also, there is a game during the conference time, the exhibit time, called it's an Alice in Wonderland game, and it's set up basically to draw the attendees to your booth. You will have, I'm not sure exactly the details on the game, but you will have information on the game in your conference packet, and you want to make sure that you read through that, because the attendees will be looking for the game pieces, which you will have, and that will encourage them to come and talk to everyone so that they can hopefully win the game. There is a cash prize for the attendees, so you'll probably see a lot of people asking you for that. And also, I'll just finish with the exhibit time. Is just a really good time for you to talk one-on-one with a lot of people. We encourage you to make most of it.
Yeah, WASBO does a really nice job of kind of trying to get all the vendors, on the forefront of clients. The listing in the conference programs will have a description of your company and its services. There's a map that's sent out for the exhibitors. Conference website, you'll be included in that. The networking lunch breaks and socials in the exhibit hall really drive a lot of attendance in there. I'd strongly recommend that any additional thing, outside of the booth that you can participate in, just lets you be seen. I'd strongly recommend that. It's definitely going to increase your visibility at the conference.
To reiterate what Josh said, I couldn't stress more to get the most out of your experience at a WASBO conference. Please join us at meals and networking events. I know that over time I've built relationships with vendors, not just from the exhibit hall, but sitting next to them at lunch, being with them at the golf outing or any of the other networking sessions. It's also an opportunity for you to attend breakout sessions. Even if it's not something that's of interest to you, it gives you an idea of what we are also dealing with in our lives, and it's an opportunity to even network more when you're sitting next to somebody. So please feel free to join us for any of those events.
Yeah, one of the events there is the service affiliate meeting. That's on Thursday at 9 a.m. in the exhibit hall. I'd strongly recommend, if you are able to come join that. We had a pretty poor showing at the last service affiliate meeting, but it's, WASBO takes the time. They kind of sit down, do some questions and answers for vendors. It's a really great opportunity to learn how you can get involved more with WASBO, and also just provide your feedback to what you think is working well for you, or some other recommendations that you think can kind of help you be a little more visible, maybe be a little closer to contact with some of your clients there. This is referring to good ethics related to gifts. Make sure you don't put any of the business officials in a position of jeopardizing their relationship with the district. Perceptions are kind of everything. I'd recommend making sure you have a good idea of the Wisconsin ethics laws. They put a nice link on there where you can check that out. This is kind of a common sense thing, but people get uncomfortable when they're approached with gifts or items. WASBO does a good job of offering different. They have the silent auctions and other sponsorship type things. If you can kind of filter any gifts or any valuable items you might have for donations. WASBO does a very, very good job of accepting those and kind of putting those out there through the organization.
And as business officials, we really appreciate your participation in the conference in itself. We really don't have any expectations to receive any gifts like Josh mentioned, so no free cards or anything like that.
Keep in mind that we're subject to open records laws, so we're very sensitive about this. So if you want to do more, consider sponsoring a WASBO event or donating a raffle prize.
Post-conference, an exhibitor evaluation will be emailed to your company. You can follow up with your new contacts and conference attendees. This is for your information and should only be used once for mailing. Keep in mind if you're reaching out to particular people and they're not responding, again, they could be busy. It's a great way to follow up with people. I always make sure, I reach out to, a half a dozen or so people that I had maybe a good talk with at the conference. And, definitely more often than not, they are very responsive and good at getting back to you. So I'd recommend that. And again, that evaluation, if you'd like to fill that out, WASBO does a very, very good job of following up on those.
It is really important for you to take advantage of, on this slide, there's additional opportunities, and we encourage you to take advantage of all those opportunities. But I just want to also stress not to abuse them, because we're a very close-knit group, and if a business official has a negative experience with a vendor, it usually gets out pretty good.
Yeah, those call for presentations, that's a really good opportunity for you to get in front of people. Again, that WASBO service affiliate meeting, you can submit articles to WASBO. That's a good opportunity to kind of get in front of people. So there's a couple of nice opportunities there listed out that we would recommend you kind of investigate, if interested.
If you haven't submitted a question so far, now is your opportunity to submit any question you may have, and we'll be happy to try to address them. If we cannot answer your question individually, we will send out to the entire group after the webinar.
And at this point, we don't have any questions. So again, we've got our slides left, but if you do have questions you'd like to submit, please go ahead and do that.
This slide shows a whole list of references and links. And just a reminder, we will send out the PowerPoint to all the exhibitors later today so that you have all of the links that we highlighted on this screen.
We have had a couple of great questions come in. The first one is, will the conference have a mobile app associated with it? And at this point, we will not, for the 2014 Spring Conference, have an app. We will be doing a printed program, and our attendees will be receiving their handouts on a flash drive, but no app this time around. We are looking into that for future conferences, though. And the second question that came in is a follow-up on when the attendee list will come out, and that is scheduled to be sent. It will actually be the full WASBO membership list that's sent out on May 9th. So the person that registered for your booth can look for that to be emailed to them on May 9th. Then following the conference, we'll send out a final attendee list approximately 1 week after the conference.
I think WASBO doesn't mind if you harass people that are not attending the conference, only the people that are attending. But it's another, on that note, we get that list as well. I know I'll contact people quite a bit just to see if they're attending. It's it's another good reason to get a phone call there if you're asking them. If you're attending the conference, ask them why they're not. It's a good opportunity to reach out to those people as well.
This slide shows the different people in the WASBO office to contact depending upon what your need is. I don't read it over there for you, but it lists the people in the office and who to contact, their contact information. But at any time, if you have any questions, feel free to call the WASBO office. If there aren't any further questions, we really appreciate your participation at today's webinar. You will have the opportunity to let you know if this webinar was helpful for you. We will be sending out an evaluation. It'll be emailed out later today along with this PowerPoint. So we want to thank you for exhibiting at the WASBO conference. The partnership that you have with us as business officials means a lot to us and a lot to our organization. So we appreciate the partnership. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you at the conference.
Have a great day.